big chunk of ice and snow let loose from the west ridge of Everest. So the Khumbu Icefall is basically right above Everest Base Camp, and it's low on the mountain, so you have to go through it multiple times. It moves about 3 to 5 feet a day because base camp's at 17,300 feet. The top of the icefall is around 9,200 feet, and the ice is moving from the western Khumbu down, and then it kind of calves off and goes into this like waterfall, I call it, but it's a slow moving waterfall. And you never want to be in the icefall when anything moves because it's usually pretty significant icefall and avalanches. It's pretty scary. But when you're in there, you want to move as fast as you can. I'm not talking dangerous fast, but I'm talking efficient fast. And you want to make sure you have your crampons on, your ice sacks, you're tied in, or there's a fixed rope there that you're clipped into. But you want to make sure you're moving at a decent pace and not stopping and starting. You go over the ladders and things. Sometimes you'll hear creaking and cracking. It's pretty intimidating. And we climb through the icefall in the night hours and early morning when it's really cold out. Because when it's cold out, that ice is kind of it's like concrete. It's hard. It's just glued together. But when it starts to warm up, the ice, starts to kind of loosen up, and that's when things really happen in the icefall. That's when things move, and you want to be out of there when that sun hits it. So it's intimidating. I vividly remember in 1997, it's probably around May 18th or so, 18th or 19th, we were moving up the mountain, left base camp, and we were a quarter of the way up through the icefall before it got into kind of right before the football field, which is a kind of flat area, and a big chunk of ice and snow let loose from the west ridge of Everest. And it was a pretty big plume, and we just kind of sat there and looked at it because there was nothing we could do, and the thing kind of exploded, and just the snow came through with a pretty significant wind, and it was intimidating because you didn't know what was going to happen, but it just kind of it lacked the power to really get to us and do any damage. But that was the pucker factor going through the icefall for me.